Hello everyone, TMan 978. Right now I want to bring you something that brought me countless hours of joy when I was a kid. The 1985 Transformers catalog. It is a world transformed where things are not what they seem. It is a world of the Transformers. A world of heroic Autobots and evil Decepticons. And that's it for that voice. I had a whole little thing planned out where I was going to have Unicron do a flyby and whatnot, but I practiced too long and now my throat is killing. But anyway, this brings me back. I forgot I had this in storage. I actually ordered this off of eBay years ago because I just wanted to have it. I'd rather have the real thing instead of having it on the internet. Anyway, let's start from scratch. Here we see the non-cartoon Whirl and Roll Buster. And what's cool about this thing, they have an individual bio just in this catalog. I think that's amazing right there. If we scroll down a bit, we can see Perceptor here. And look, he even has his own little thing right here where it says he magnifies up to 1 times. Yeah, that's a lot. If I'm not mistaken, I had 2 of these and they had a black head. So this is a prototype. I don't remember it ever coming with that red head. In fact, I'm not sure if it had that little red bit for the crotch. It could have. My memory isn't super good, but I don't remember that. Here, still on the far left side, we get all of the Dinobots. And here's their little bio right there. You can see their names match up with the number system they got going on. Slide on over. We got Omega Supreme. And there's his little bio read up right there. Let's go to the Minibots. Zoom in a little bit so you can read their little bio. And you can see their names along with the characters. I believe these are all accurate. The only problem right here in this picture is the way Power Glide's transformed, which is inaccurate. Wind Charger is the only guy I had on this side, out of those guys right there. And here's the big guy, Optimus Prime. It's number 42 on here. There's his little read up. So as you can see, there were a ton of toys being sold all at once. No wonder they killed them all in the movie. Here's Blaster down here with his little read up. They didn't transform the feet. I believe these came out to be flat toes. I did own him as an adult. I own Jetfire as well. There's his little read up. Let me zoom out so you can see his whole picture. And here are the Jump Starters. I played with them as a kid. I never owned them. I kind of hated their articulation, or lack thereof. And here are the Autobot Deluxe cars. That's their read up. You get Prowl up here. Always wanted Prowl. But let me stop lying. I wanted every single one of these guys. The only one I owned as a kid was Ratchet. One of the worst Autobot cars. I decided to pick him. But there's everybody. Looking at this catalog, I used to always be like, who the heck is this dude? I don't even remember him being on a cartoon, but yes, he was there. And here is the main list right here. We haven't even made it to the Decepticons yet. And there are 43 Autobots. Since this is on this side, I'll let you see the Decepticon, which there is only 23. So yeah. The Decepticons, even though they were supposed to be bigger, they're at a disadvantage. And here is this what's the word for it? Diorama. But as you can see, they're all fighting over this sparkler. Omega Supreme, I think he's the closest to getting, no, Grimlock. Grimlock is the closest to getting that sparkler. And Soundwave is just chilling down there. Guess he got tired of fighting. But starting from the top, we got the same little read up right there, just with the Decepticon logo. We have the deluxe Insecticons. They're bigger than the regular Insecticons. And I believe they were all Bandai toys originally. I could have swore there were 5 of these guys, but there are only 4. And here is their read up right there. Let's go to the Constructicons. What they look like, and if you're complaining about Combiner Wars Constructicons, these guys are way more simpler than Combiner Wars. And here is their read up right here. The Decepticon cassettes. I had a hand-me-down beat-up Soundwave, but none of them as a kid. There's their read-up. Here is the Military Operations Commander, Shockwave. He is a dark purple, as you can see. But I think the toy was that color, but now there was discrepancies with guys like Astro Train right there. The real toy was a white and black figure. I used to own that. It was very crappy. And here's their read up right there. Let's scroll on over to the Insecticons, the regular Insecticons. There's their read up. But there they are in the robot modes and bug modes. Here's Megatron. I don't remember them actually calling him a Walther P-38, but that's cool that they did. And here he is, looking weird as hell. I used to just look at this for hours like, oh, why does Megatron look like that? Didn't find out till years later that he was a toy in Japan previously made. And here are the Seekers. But they just call them Decepticon planes. I don't remember where the term Seeker came into play, but there they go. Starscream, I got hand-me-down. Him and Windcharger were my first 2. Thrust, I used to own him. He was my first mint in box Decepticon Seeker. Did I show Soundwave off yet? But here's this. And yeah, I used to sit back staring at this catalog for hours upon hours, just wishing I had these toys, just looking at them, the ones I didn't have, just trying to figure out how they transformed. If they only had the internet back then, I could have been watching somebody's video for hours and hours, and I was watching them transform it over and over again until I got absolutely bored and tired. But I think that's why I wound up collecting these after I grew up, because there were so many I didn't have. Once I started collecting these after I got older, I realized that, yeah, a ton of them are crappy by today's standards, and I just couldn't continue collecting them because after opening them out of the box and putting the stickers on, transforming them a couple of times, seeing how they transform, the joy just went away. I wound up putting them back in their boxes or whatever. Most of the ones I bought were commemorative edition, or when they were shipped to me from eBay used, they were in whatever box. So I had them on display for a little bit, then I would just put them back in their box, because the toys we were getting were a lot better around that time I started collecting. And I just, yeah, these things, I love the show, and I love their characters and personalities on the show. but I never truly loved their articulation here. It always disappointed me. Like characters like Grapple here, because I did buy him myself. He was a Transformer I actually used my own money to buy. The way he looks, he has actual knees, he has an actual crotch piece, but the legs are totally stiff and static, and that used to piss me off. I'm like, why couldn't they have given him working hips and knees? That used to drive me up the wall. Jetfire has awesome articulation for back then, but he still didn't have any outward movement on the hips. But you could get him into a pose. Getting him to stand in that pose, yeah, good luck with that. But yeah, I hope you had fun traveling down memory lane, or if you never actually got to look at this thing in a good detailed real way like I just now showed you, instead of just scans on the internet, and you actually like this, I'm happy that you like this and enjoyed it. But anyway, I don't know how to end this. Thank you for watching. TMan 978 out of here.